Episode 228, Truth or Dare. Not a single day passed without me regretting it, Stephen. Every word was terribly calm. Stephen felt suffocated. When he had learned that she had saved him, that's when he decided to marry her. Maybe it was because of the deep-rooted evil nature of a man. But he did not love her. He wanted to conquer her, make her fall for him, and then take her home as a wife. However, hearing what she said, he felt depressed. Miranda could yell at him, cry on his shoulder, punch and kick him, but not be like this. How could she regret it? Miranda took her cell phone and went into the bathroom. After locking the door of the bathroom, she felt sour, and for some reason had an urge to cry. Looking at herself in the mirror, she saw a stereotypical office lady with clean, short hair. Not feminine at all. However, she was proud, she was powerful, and she was picky. She did not think people like Stephen Wrong deserved her. How about that? Damn it! She brushed her hair, washed her face, and began to apply makeup. After about 40 minutes, she went out again, and he was still there, sitting on the sofa. How come you haven't left yet? She was annoyed. Mr. Wrong, can you have some shame? He did not answer her, but instead tossed the dress that he brought over to her. Change into this, and let's go together. She took the dress and threw it into the trash can. She sneered and went into her bedroom, searching for an outfit. Eventually, she found a navy skirt suit, locked the door, and started to change. When she was done getting ready, she stepped out. She saw that Stephen had disappeared. She made sure that he wasn't there in the house, before picking up her purse and leaving. When they arrived at the Grand Palace Hotel, it was already 7 o'clock. Serena and Jake were the last ones to arrive. Since Mary did not have many friends, it was only Serena and Henry from her side who were invited. The others were forced to come by Jackson. Of course, all the guests were people they both knew. It was a party. It was just a small get-together in the suite room of the hotel, with a close-knit group of people. At the moment, Mary, Miranda, Drake, and Henry were sitting on the sofa with Jackson. There was a live band playing, and Miranda and Drake were singing along with them. The song that was playing was I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor, and those two surprisingly knew all the lyrics and were singing in sync. Serena was pulled away by Jake, who was at another table, watching Mary and Henry playing a drinking game with dice. Henry was losing to Mary, and had drunk 3 glasses of wine to get over his defeat. Jackson was smoking a cigarette while watching them play, but soon Jake took that cigarette from him and began smoking it himself. Jackson got upset and he chuckled. Throwing a punch at Jake, he complained. Do you think you're better than the rest of us, now that you're becoming a father? Jake was in a good mood. His lips twitched a little as he said, I kind of do. Stop bragging. Jackson looked disdainful. Jake's eyes became more curved as he said calmly, You are jealous. Admit it. Serena looked at Mary playing with Henry. She walked over from Jake and sat down next to Henry. Her eyes were shining as she said, I want to play as well. Okay, if you lose, your husband will have to drink. Are you okay with it? Mary asked Jake. Of course. Jake nodded. Serena couldn't wait to take over the dice cup from her and said, But that will only happen if I'm the one to lose. Henry had drank the most, and his cheeks were reddish. Hearing that, he laughed. You have been lucky every time. I will definitely be the one who drinks the most. Sure enough, after 16 rounds, Henry had lost 10 times, and Mary had lost 6 times, and Serena was the reigning champion, who did not lose even once. Henry's face was flushed. After taking the last drink, he got up and went to the bathroom. "I need a break." The band had finished their set and were taking a break. Miranda and Drake were no longer singing. Most of the guests had left, so it was only a handful of them in the room. Drake was in high spirits, so he took the mic and said, "We should all play something that will be exciting for all of us." "What do you propose?" Serena asked. He chuckled and said with a sinister look, "Truth or dare." Hearing that, Miranda glanced at him with contempt. "That is too childish." "You can't say that. I'm still a baby," Drake said shamelessly and took out a pack of cards. "These are the special cards for Truth or Dare. Took me a lot of time to find them. Let's play together. It's not like what those high school kids play. These are deadlier and more real. What do you say? Or are you all afraid?" Serena blinked and looked at Jake. "Darling, are we playing?" "Do you want to play?" He had never participated in Drake's stupid games before. Serena nodded and pulled his hand. "I do. I think it will be fun. Shall we play together?" "Okay." Mary was also very interested. She waved to Drake and said, "Let me look at what these cards you have are." He grinned and passed the cards to her. Mary casually glanced at some of them and exclaimed, "Oh my God! These questions! My, aren't they scandalous!" Sitting behind her, Jackson had already seen the words on the cards clearly. There were questions like, "Do you have any fetishes? Do you like it if someone pulls your hair? Make out with a person from the opposite gender in the room? Count your one-night stands? The weirdest place you have ever done it in, and so on." Drake had a twinkle in his eye and said, "Do you all dare to play the game?" Mary looked at Jackson and said, "Come on, this will be fun. Don't you want to play it?" Jackson did not like the nature of the questions being asked, but he knew this was his moment to show what he and Mary were, so he agreed. "I'm fine with it. Of course, we are a team. Jake and Serena are a team. And others." He looked at Drake in a sneaky way. It was easy to tell what he was thinking. That was why. Jackson couldn't help but glance at Miranda and clapped his hands. "Let's do it." At this time, the door was opened. Everyone glanced over. It was Steven who had just entered. He looked at Miranda calmly before he walked straight into the room. Miranda saw him and her look changed. "You?" "Happy birthday, Mary. I'm sorry I'm late. I was caught up with something." Steven directly gave a gift to Mary, speaking with no sincerity. "Thank you, Steven. I'm happy you made it. I thought you couldn't come. Sit with us. We're just going to play an exciting game," Mary said. Miranda immediately became speechless. It was no wonder he had suggested they go together. So he did not mean to badger her. He just wanted to attend it with someone. She knew Mary and Steven had met at social events, but she didn't think he was actually invited to her birthday. But then again, she was also invited just like that. It wasn't like she and Mary were close. Seeing that, he naturally sat next to Miranda, who did not speak. Mary took the gift and kept it on the gift table. Miranda leaned into Drake's direction, looking like she disliked Steven sitting beside her. Steven did not care about it and said, "Sure, include me as well. The more the merrier."